Hello and welcome to the Sunflower Quilt Chat podcast. We'll be chatting patchwork, sewing, quilting, quilt stories, advice, tips, techniques, discussions, the occasional guest, quilting design thoughts, and much more. All the quilty chat you could want. We look forward to you joining us. Hi everyone, it's Rayleigh here at Sunflower Quilting with the Sunflower Quilt Chat podcast. We are talking today to Angie Wilson from Gnomeangel and about all the things that are coming up for her and those who'd like to join her in 2024. So let's get on to the episode. So we're talking with Angie from Gnomeangel, and we're hearing about her events for 2024. So let me bring Angie into the studio.
Yeah, right. Bring me into the studio.
Bring me into the studio. Wouldn't that be nice if we're in the same place? Anyway, welcome, Angie, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. I would like to chat with you about what you have coming up in 2024. So I have sent you some questions. Not sure that they've been read, but let's have a brief look at what you've got going on for next year. I'll hand over to you.
On a business level?
Sorry,
not a personal
running a
level?
business.
What's the business, not what I'm doing.
Yes.
In 2024, we've got 100 Days, 100 Blocks is moving to a tri-yearly format. Triannually? Is it? It's biannually is twice, so triannually is 3 times. Anyway, 3 times
We'll
a year.
go with that.
There's one kicking off on the 1st of January, and we're using the kinship pattern. There's another one kicking off on the 1st of May, and we're using Make the Cut. And then there's a third one kicking off on the 1st of September, and we're using a brand new quilt pattern, which I am currently affectionately calling 99 Problems. So 3 100-day challenges. And with those 100-day challenges, if you join Society Gnome, you will get a course that helps you deliver, make those 3 quilts, keeps you on track, all that sort of stuff, gives you everything you need to know, plus a community for sharing your block photos, time with me, sewing. So there's that. And then the other thing that we're doing next year is we've got a creative retreats business, and we're hosting a transatlantic sewing retreat from Fort Lauderdale to London, and then a 3-day tour in London. Sorry, I've just got the itchiest nose all of a sudden. So that's a lot for next year.
That is a lot.
That is a lot. But idle hands are the devil's playground.
All right. So you mentioned quite a few things happening there.
Yep.
Let's go back and sort of start. What is this 100-day event? Tell me a little bit more about that.
100 Days, 100 Blocks is where I set the challenge for you, and I ask people to sew 1 patchwork block a day for 100 days. The goal with sewing consistently is to obviously improve your skill set. It is to make time for the craft that you love and make it a priority in your life. I'm a big believer in the old air hostess adage that if you don't put your mask on first, you can't put the mask on of anyone else in your vicinity. So you need to look after you. And one of the ways you do that is to prioritize mental health time, and creativity, craft is one of the ways that you can do that. It also is a great way to meet people all over the world, because we have hundreds of thousands of people participate. Hundreds and thousands, not hundreds of thousands yet. It is a great way to see the same blocks made in different fabrics, which opens up a whole new world of possibilities for people. Every year, I learn something new about fabrics that can be used together, different color combinations, different ways of looking at fabrics that I actually already have in my stash when I see someone else using it. There's lots of benefits to participating, and especially this year, because we kick off on the 1st of January. What better way to start a new year than having a quilt top finished in the first 100 days? So for those of you that are looking for a New Year's resolution type project, this is a great one. It's a great one for you to prioritize a good habit for the rest of the year. So lots of benefits to participating. Does that answer that question sufficiently?
That does. It's so this is a start as you mean to go on type thing?
Yes, that would be the
Okay.
intent.
That would be the intent. So
Yep.
can you show us the pattern for the first one?
Yep. This is the pattern for the first one.
Okay.
Kinship.
Kinship.
The blocks are a mix. There's 50 8-inch by 8-inch blocks and 50 4-inch by 8-inch. We currently have a whopping 7 different layouts that you can use the blocks in. It comes with 2 layouts in the pattern, and the pattern's available in either printed copy or digital PDF. The pattern is available as machine pieced or foundation paper pieced. And the machine one comes with instructions for using a rotary cutter and ruler, or using the From Marty Michelle Perfect Patchwork templates, which I'm a big fan of. So lots of different options. There's no excuse for why you can't participate. The instructions, in my opinion, are clearly written, easy to follow. The pattern comes with a lot of support information for beginners so that you can successfully complete the quilt. We sell quilt kits, so if you wanted to make one that looks just like this, you can. So yeah, lots of support, lots of options.
Excellent. So you've answered one of my questions. Who are these events for? So this is the first one, and then there's another one that follows soon after. But who are these events for? Like, who
So
are they aimed at?
that's a very good question. Patchwork lovers. These are written with the beginner in mind, but they're supported in such a way that adventurous patchworkers or intermediate patchworkers can get something new out of the experience. So whether it's a challenging layout, it's setting the task of fussy cutting their blocks, whether it's working in a different size blocks, because normally with traditional patchwork, sampler is normally 6 inches by 6 inches. So these are a little bit bigger. They're a mix of traditional blocks, so lots of small piecing. So accuracy, a great one for helping improve your accuracy. But like I said, we start at the beginner. So if you've never made a patchwork quilt, but you've got basic sewing skills, you should be able to pick up this pattern and successfully finish the quilt. And then like I said, we're there for if you love patchwork and you've made samplers before, this offers something new because of the sizing. If you want to do a different layout, there's enough scope in there for you to either make a layout yourself or use one of the varieties of other free layouts that come with it. So there's something for everybody, but we've made sure at a base that the beginner is looked after.
All right. So you mentioned the templates. I've used those templates and I quite like them because they make it the block goes together really well. But what do we need to make this quilt? If we don't, well, there's a couple of questions here. If we don't have them, do you think it's worth investing in the templates?
Okay, so here's what I would tell people.
Right.
Because I am a big believer in operating within your means and your own budget. So the pattern comes with rotary cutter and ruler. So as instructions, at a bare minimum, that's what you need: a rotary cutter and a ruler, which every patchworker should have. They're very standard, basic equipment. You should be able to measure the blocks, cut it, done. If you've got expendable income, then the templates, and these are the templates that I use, one of the sets. So it's obviously not in its packaging and it's covered in washi tape so that it's fussy cut friendly. The templates are a really great, nice to have. And the reason I like them is because they work with every quilt pattern, not just this one. So instead of buying one specialty ruler that only goes with making that pattern, and so you spend $30 to get a ruler that, unless you want to make that pattern every second quilt, that's one and done. These go with everything. So once you understand the premise of how they work, and it's really basic, they're based on finished block size, you can use them with anything. You can convert existing patterns to use them. All of my patterns come with conversions for using them. You can make your own. I've convinced other people to purchase them, and then they've gone on to design their own quilts with them. So it's a really good system, and we give you support during the event if you purchase these on how to use them and make the most of them.
Right. So we're not sort of left, because sometimes that seems a little, not confusing, but daunting when there's lots of little pieces and you've got all these tiny bits of plastic that we're using. Having sewn the quilt before, I found it really helpful because they've got the, what do they call them?
Corner.
Engineered corners.
Corner. Yeah.
Right.
So
which means the block goes together very nicely. So in that, they're very handy. All right. So going back to my questions here. Oh, well, where can we get them? Apart from the pattern,
I have an online store, which I often forget to plug, apparently, but I have an online store. I sell the Marty Michelle templates. I sell the pattern, obviously. And because I love visual, there are bundles where you'll save money for buying all the templates that are used within this quilt. So you can either buy one template, and I give you a breakdown and go like, template set B is used in 80 of the 100 blocks. So you know if you can only afford one, then you're going to get template set B because you're going to get the most use out of it. Whereas template set T is only used in 2 blocks. So, you know, unless you wanted that, it's not worth it. And at the moment, I'm running a free block series on Fridays where you get a free quilt pattern each Friday based on a single block. And those blocks are using patchwork template set T. So if you bought T, you'd be able to use it for those, if you know what I mean. So I sell everything. You get it. We ship internationally. We ship fast. You know, yeah.
Fabulous. So if they got the templates for the event starting in January, is it useful for the event starting in May?
May, yes, and the event starting in September. They're all used. So, and that's why I like about them, right? Because I ain't got money growing on a tree out the back. And if I did at the moment, the cyclone would probably be blowing it off around the neighborhood. So I want to give people the best bang for their buck. And so all of my patterns come with the instructions on which templates to use and how to use them. The other great thing is, because I'm a traditional patchwork girl, that's where my love lies. All of these are based on standard measurements, standard templates. So the templates go across all of them. So you should, yeah. The only thing is, I think there may be a template set that's not used in this one that may be used in the last one.
Right.
So you might have to buy an additional one if you wanted. But you'll have heaps of notice.
Fallen in love with them by then, and they'll be like on your wish list. Yes. So you mentioned earlier about support for the blocks and using the patterns, and also a special group, Society Gnome.
Society Gnome is our. Oh yeah, I can tell you about it.
You can tell me about it.
By me. Yeah. It's our exclusive online platform. It's available on an app, so you can access it on your phone or your tablet. So taking photos and sharing them, super easy. And it is just for us gnomies. And it includes the course for how to do kinship. It includes all of the block prompts. It includes fortnightly sit and sew with me, where if you're having an issue, you can bring your block and we can talk through it and sort it. And it is, because it started when I started the event 7 years ago. Instagram was different.
7 years. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know. Instagram was a different beast, and sharing and connecting was so much easier. And you could see everybody's blocks and you could message people and talk to them. And so we started on Instagram. But as Facebook has bastardized Instagram to be something that it was never intended to be. It's now a horrible place to hang out, and so we wanted somewhere where we controlled the atmosphere, we controlled the algorithm, so to speak, so they saw stuff as it was posted in real time. There's no advertising. We don't share your data with anyone. All of the stuff that's important in this digital age. So you can get
Cool.
that at Society Gnome, and you can sign up via the website for that.
I will include all the places to find Angie in the show notes, and or below somewhere where you can easily find it. But tell us a little bit about where we can find you.
Behind the couch, under the fridge.
On the cyclone.
You can find me at gnomeangel.com, and everything fans out from there. The links to the shops on there, the links to So Travelry, our creative retreats, the links to 100 Days, 100 Blocks are on there, the links to my YouTube channel, all the good stuff, the sign-ups for the free patterns, all on gnomeangel.com.
Awesome. All right. Well, we will include all of that. Let me double check my questions. Make sure I think we've covered everything I had written down. Is there anything else you want to share? Do you want to share a little bit more about So Travelry? That does sound really interesting.
Sure. I combined my love of travel and laziness. I didn't like to unpack and have to rush to catch stuff and catch multiple planes to get to places and everything with my love of learning. And we now host creative retreats on cruise ships. So you can see multiple destinations. I was going to say venues, but destinations. And then also learn from some of your favorite creatives while you're on the ship. So it's a little bit different. We're currently, like I said, our next one is Fort Lauderdale to London.
Wow.
And then we've got another one we're trying to finalize going from Boston to, and I'm going to get this wrong, Quebec, in Canada. And
Canada.
well, that's where Canadians come from. And then it circles back to Boston. And then the year after, we've got one in Australia to New Zealand, which we're hoping to tag team with Social Retreats in Australia to offer a little bit something there too. So lots of options.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. This sounds like a lot of fun, and they can get all the information on your website as well.
Yeah, everything's
awesome.
there.
Everything's there. Fantastic. All right. Well, is there anything else you wanted to share with us that I haven't asked you?
No, but I can show you some of my blocks that are coming together for next year's event. So I'm playing with stripes and spots in this one. So this is block 100. Look at how prepared I am. I've cut them out already.
Yeah. Well ahead of time.
And this is block 1.
Oh, hang on. I should put you on. Hang on. Let me put you on the main focus.
So I'm playing with stripes and dots in this one. And my goal is to be able to give some training during the event on helping people master fussy cutting and how to get the most out of their blocks, because I think, and especially looking at the one behind you, and that's all I've got for now, fussy cutting just brings another dimension to it all. Yeah,
it does.
And
hang on, that side.
Yeah, your bees in formation.
My bees in formation.
Yeah, so that's a new twist for this year. That's my little bit of secret sauce, is that I've geared some of the training, and this is the first year we've had like a course that people can work their way through and will become available on the 1st of January, where they can work their way through the blocks and learn from me as they go. And I'm really excited about that. Bit petrified, but really excited.
Yeah. So just not, well, putting you on the spot a little bit, do you have on hand the second event? Just in case someone doesn't get organised for January the 1st, where we're making kinship.
Yes, I do.
It's on the other side of the room, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I will
through
go
the
to me.
magic of editing,
I will go to me so that we can just see me and people can have a look at the quilt behind me, which is one of the kinship blocks. And see, this one here is block 100. And I have used this. Well, this one here is I fussy cut some bees in a number of the blocks, and this is another one where the bees in formation, and also this black one. So this was a range of fabric that was part of a, bought together. So it all sort of goes, but this is one of the versions of kinship that I've made. And so I've done a little bit of fussy cutting, but I am not necessarily the queen of fussy cutting. I would certainly pass that title to Angie, and let's bring her back so she can show you the front of. So this is Make the Cut, which is starting again in May.
Yeah, 1st of May. So this is again 100 blocks, and you can either do this layout where there's no sashing and all the blocks come together to form this
ginormous
picture.
pair of scissors.
Yeah, or you can do them with sashing set on point, and these are the same blocks, just in a traditional setting. So,
right. That looks pretty
different.
exciting, though. I think I'm planning on making scissors, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I think I'm doing, because I've made the scissors.
And I've quilted the scissors.
You've done a fabulous job on the scissors. I think I'm going to do the traditional layout in a surprise in a nautical. I've been hoarding and collecting nautical fabrics, so I think I'm going to do this one.
Fabulous.
You do this one, I do this one.
Alrighty. So remind us again of the dates. The 1st of January is kinship.
1st of January is kinship.
Yep.
1st of May is skizzers, make the cut. And then the 1st of September is 99 problems.
Are there 100 blocks in 99 problems?
There are now.
Right. Okay, just to confuse everybody with the titles of what the 100 days, 100 blocks events.
Yeah. So I'm affectionately calling it 99 problems. I don't know whether that's what it will end up being, but
you've heard it here, everybody. It might be different.
Yeah, I can't accept Shauna, who's our art director. Her and I have been affectionately calling it 99 problems, and she thinks I should go with that. But yeah, I don't know. There's a really good version of a song called 99 Problems by a guy called Hugo. And I'm absolutely loving it at the moment. So I'm kind of like, yeah, then I can play that song all the time. Thanks, Dad. So yeah, sorry, that was my father. That's the joy of living at Camp David. Yeah, so, but 99 Problems is going to be a mix of 3 size blocks, 6-inch by 6-inch, 12-inch by 12-inch, and 24-inch by 24-inch.
Oh, big blocks.
Big blocks. I like big blocks, and I cannot lie.
Fabulous. So we're starting 8-inch, going.
So we're doing 8-inch, 8-inch and 4 by 8 for kinship. Make the cuts all 6-inch, all 6-inch. We're going back, old school, traditional, all 6-inch. And then 99 Problems is 6-inch, 12-inch, and 24-inch.
Okay.
So it's and 99 Problems will teach you nearly every base unit you'll need to know to be able to do traditional patchwork.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So it's going to be a really full year for everybody.
Yeah. So kinship only has Sorry, that's my lunch. Kinship only has the man
We'll
behind the woman. Yeah, no, leave it. Kinship has half square triangles and flying geese in it. Make the Cut has half square triangles and flying geese in it. And then 99 Problems has half square triangles, flying geese, Mary's triangle, birds in the air, snowballs, economy block. Like, yeah,
all of them.
it's all of them.
So a really good skill builder.
Yeah, I expect 99 Problems to be like, if you've done Kinship and you've done Make the Cut, you'll be ready for a little bit of a challenge. And so I've designed it in such a way that it'll step you up to the next
Nice.
level of your journey, sort of thing. So
Well, that's very kind of you.
yeah, well, we all need a challenge. And then when you come back for the 1st of January in 2024, we'll be ready for you with a new
Okay.
level of challenge. So yeah.
All right, you've heard it here. There could be a new challenge in 2025. We probably shouldn't mention 2025 too often just yet, but we'll get there.
I feel like it's going to be there tomorrow. But yes, that's everything.
Right.
That's everything.
That's everything. That's a lot, though.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us and telling us all about it. I will make sure there is all of the information for Angie in all the notes below.
Yep.
And we will see everybody's blocks online.
1st of January, baby.
1st of January. But if you haven't got your pattern, probably jump online and grab your pattern. You can get it digitally, or you can get Angie to send it to you. And if you want a kit, then they are available as well.
Yes.
Plus the templates, if you think you might find those really useful. I do, but because I like how quickly the block goes together. All right, we are going to finish up there. So I am going to say goodbye to Angie. Oops, she's gone off screen anyway. So, no, she's back. All right. And thank you for joining us. And I will chat with you soon. I'm Ray Lee. This is the Sunflower Quilt Chat podcast. Until next time, happy quilting.